Viewers and subscribers, greetings to you all. This is Toby VI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. And sometimes when this truth hits us, we begin to react. Following the statement of the president of Arewa youths, who said that they are the ones, the northern youths are the ones that will solely determine who becomes the president of Nigeria. Listen to this attentively.
My name is Ambassador Nambature, the president of Arewa Youth. I want to use this opportunity to remind all the presidential candidates of the 2027 presidential election. In few months' time, the Northern Nigerian youth are going to come out in masses to endorse their presidential candidate for 2027 election. So I want to use this opportunity and inform all the presidential candidates that they should not take Northern Nigerian for granted, because at this point we are not going to accept Indomie, we are not going to accept rice. No, all we need is that any presidential candidate that wanted the Northern Nigerian, you should vote for him. He should be aware that we also need dredging of River Benue and River Niger. We need seaport too in Northern Nigeria to ease our unemployment in the north. So as it is now, we the Northern Nigerian youth are the determining factor of any president in this country. We are the one that will determine, we will decide who will be the next president of Nigeria come 2027. So at this point, I want to use this opportunity da in kira matasan mu da wannan lokaci ba da zamu karba indomie ko muna karban shinkafa, a'a wannan kashe da ake mana da wasu abubuwa da ake mana arewa, ya kamata fa mu dawo da hankalin mu san a ina muke, mu zabe shugabanni na gari. Duk da cewa har yanzu dai mu matasan arewa ba mu faɗa shugaban ƙasar da zamu zaba ba, amma nan ba tare da bata lokaci ba da musamman da duniya kan cewa ga shugaban ƙasar da damu zaba. So a wannan lokaci sai dan ce muku mun gode kuma shirye muke. Thank you very much.
Since after he made this statement, a lot of people have been bashing the guy back and forth, especially from the south, particularly some of them from the southeast or southwest or south. That is as the case might be. But that is the truth, the bitter truth every Nigerian should deal with, especially the youths of the southern Nigeria. You should deal with that truth. And I agree with him. I agree with him. To start with, the guy just mentioned that they are not going to accept rice again. Only God knows what they are going to accept this time. But the truth of the matter is that the most active youth in Nigeria are northern youths politically. They are the most politically active youths in Nigeria. Take a look at what happened in Kano State, the Kwankwasia movement. These guys weren't motivated or induced by the handout they normally give. It is a belief in the movement of Kwankwaso. If you go to Kano, it is like a cult. And anytime you call upon them, they answer you. That is why it is in their nature and culture to follow authority. They yield to authority. Whoever that says that is their leader and says move, they move. Stop, they stop. Vote, they vote. Go to Kaduna. You will see what is happening there. Their loyalty to Arewa. That is to tell you who are more politically active. If you come to the south, majority of our youths are busy pursuing after social media content. And if you call out a political rally, they don't believe in anything. No, they don't believe in anything. For them, everything is buying and selling. To most of them, particularly in the southeast, you don't blame them. Everybody to himself, God for all of us. That is our mentality. We think less about governance and how it impacts us. But when government starts happening to us, we start crying foul. So these people are politically, and they can be used. I mean, the Northerners can be used for political gains for those who are in control of them. So I understand that. In the Southwest, oh, that one, their own, they have they finished with all one bear before they start thinking about the what they can be used for is political thuggery. That is what the Western youths are really much involved with. The little money they are going to collect, they don't believe in anything. It's only about the little money they are going to use to do gambling and do some other social vices. Do owambe and hands off. That is all they get. And that is what they are used. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in any ideology. They don't believe in any person. And that is why the Northerners are far more strategically positioned to determine who becomes the president of this country. So don't hold it against him. If you want to demonstrate your strength as to who determines the presidency, ask yourself, how many of you have voters card? How many of you voted in the last election? And how many of you are ready to vote in the next election? That is the truth you have to ask yourself. These are some of the things that would make you, the kind of truth that will make you to ask pertinent questions to yourself, only you have answers to. And if you are true to yourself, you will know that what the guy said is true. And it is a challenge to my people, Igbo youths. How active are you when it comes to politics? And how are you going to be used during the political era? Will you say, I don't care? After all, you know they feed me, let me defend for myself. Or will you just go and say, oh, cash and carry, whoever that gives me money, I support, not minding the consequence. The same thing is also happening in the West. Not minding the consequence, you become a political thug to any criminal political class. As much as the South, that one, I don't know where to place them. Because if you see what is happening in River State, you start comparing them with that of the West, because they have the same mentality. Their own is even worse. But generally, the bottom line is that Nigerian youths are being used by the political class. They don't have their individual instinct driving them and belief for good governance. And that is why the political class have been taking us for granted. How I wish the Northern youths who are loyal and have that energy could have independent mindset like that of their counterparts in the Southeast, who have independent mindset but they are not interested. And how I wish those who have the energy to confront voters, to disenfranchise them by the order of political class to their political gain, will use this energy to confront the political class that have made their lives miserable. Because after election, what next? You become victims of your own mischievous activities during elections. So that is just the message. And I just hope these things connect and make sense to you. And you start sharing it to every Nigerian youth because it concerns them. Because at the end of the day, you and your children will become slaves to the people who are the political class today. And the cycle of poverty and suffering will continue in your lives and descendants, while your ruling class will continue enjoying the luxury at your expense. My name is Asu Jared Peters. I just hope I made sense and you will help me share this video to all Nigerian youths. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now.